Okay, I believe we are live. Pardon me. But of course, I need to double check that because I never have a clue if I'm live. Oh, says I'm live. Okay, now I just have to do one more thing and we can pop into this wonderful faction event that is going to take quite a long time, unfortunately, because it's a the shortest path is 5 rooms to get to the throne room. I need to figure out how to put my chat overlay up and to actually make it visible. Well, I know how to make it visible. I can't see through it. That's the problem. So just give me a moment, please. Let's see. That seems quite strange. Let me see how that looks. Oh, that's pretty good. I actually did something correctly in Streamlabs OBS. Okay, I have gotten to Horde level 100. I upgraded. Yes, we know all about Olar. Dragon's Claw I upgraded to Kingdom 14 for the extra 50% faction horde stats. And I bought 5 level 7 potions, and that's hoping that I can finish this faction event tomorrow. I always have big plans to finish it on the first day. Those plans never come to fruition. I run out of sigils, and I'm pretty cheap with my gems, or I just get tired of playing. So, anyways, we've got the usual 9 rooms. However, it's no matter what you do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rooms instead of 3 or 4. So they kind of stuck it to us. One thing they did, there was a bug on the faction troops, and they were all supposed to be able to make skulls randomly. One would make 2 skulls every turn, and the other 3 would have a 25% chance to turn a purple gem into a skull. And well, of course, the players found out that there was a bug, and they went ahead and changed that. So that's not going to be quite a big issue anymore. But it's still 5 rooms. So, anyways, let's get to it. And I'll show you the team I'm using. I'm using Oracle, basically because I need to level it up. And it starts with a Light Storm, which is pretty awesome for High King Iron Gut. I'm using 2 of those. Fiendfire, so does damage to all enemies, boosted by Demon Allies. But the important thing is it curses all enemies, so if they are undevourable, once they're cursed, I can devour them. And then Marilith does 6 true damage to all enemies. She destroys the entire board, gets some attack. If you don't have 2 High King Iron Guts, you can still go with Zool down here. I kind of like using the 2 High King Iron Guts just for the fact that you get an extra turn with them. And all of the other troops have some sort of, whatchamacallit, a skull reduction for these troops and for the throne room fight. So we'll see how long I decide to do a delve. Well, it's about 9 o'clock where I'm at, so most likely I'll play a couple hours, maybe 2.5 hours, see how far I can get. And these potions are either going to work very nicely for refilling our own troops or giving the other AI troops just a little bit of a boost. It's not a big deal. Sure, we'll just do this. I'm not worried about doing them in any specific order unless, I don't know, kind of unless I care. Which most of the time I'm probably not going to. Because I just want to get this done as fast as I can. And as usual, I did not plan. I didn't put any notification what time I was going to go live today. That's normal for me. I figure if people see me go live and they want to come in, they'll come in. If they don't, they don't. Not a big deal. I have to do this anyways, so whether I do it with other people here or alone is just fine with me. Oh, yeah. You sure you don't want to go a couple more turns? And we'll just do that to get rid of the last troop. And I've noticed the middle room that you're going to have to go through for pure faction is going to be a 5-room fairly often. Pardon me, I had to get a drink of water. Oh, that's going to be a fun fight if we get that on Pure Faction 500. But that's for tomorrow. That's for tomorrow's rowdy, not today's rowdy. So, if anybody is out there watching, did you get Olor in the Mythic drop today? And if so, what did it cost you? And what else? What else? Has anybody played around with it yet? Because I was thinking about it while I was doing like the first 100 levels of this. I was like, interesting. 2 casts of that, you know, if you have a high enough magic stat, 2 casts of that pretty much takes out all the attack of their 2 front troops and removes pretty much, well, it should take out all of their magic on the back 2 troops, which is probably an interesting troop for Guild Wars. It may have other uses as well. I haven't gotten around to it yet. That might be later this weekend. We'll see. Depends on if I'm bored of this game by then. Because usually weekend faction is like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. I always forget whether you can. I don't think you can devour a troop that has whatchamacallit barrier on it. I always forget. I don't think you can. If you can, well, someone will tell me. And another nice thing about having two hiking iron guts. Hey, Torin, how you doing? Got the mythic, but didn't really keep track of the keys used. Didn't play with it yet. Yeah, same here. I'm. I don't know. I may wait till Monday to play with it, but I think it might be a good Guild Wars troop. Might be. That's about all I know. You know, most people that know me know that I'm not a smart man, so. Are you gonna do the faction this weekend? If you say no, you're lucky. Because I kind of wish I wasn't. And I don't have a skull anywhere. I find that hard to believe. Hey, I got some gold. That's been pretty rare lately. I'm only at level 160. Yikes. And even when I stop doing full clears, the fact that there's 5 rooms between uh, da, 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 the start and the throne room, yikes. Ah, another person that hates delves. Yes, I do too. I have not done. I have not even tried a Pure Faction 500 delve on my daily delves since, I don't know, probably before the last faction event, which was a month ago. I just kind of don't care anymore. I think I pointed this out in, I don't know, one of my last 2 videos that, you know, this is still a one player game. Nobody can make you do anything, which I kind of like. You know, if you don't feel like doing Pure Faction 500 delves and you don't do them, you'll be fine. You're not going to miss out on too much stat-wise. So now we've gotten to the part of the video where if people come in and they say, well, I don't have Hiking Iron Gut or I don't have 2, what should I use? That's a good question. Uh, if you've only got 1, yeah, you can use Zul'Dan here. That'll be just fine. As far as other teams you could use, We're on yellow-red faction. So you could use, whatchamacallit, Shield of Erskaya, probably Merilith, or whatchamacallit, Angry Mob for your mana gen, and then 2 Tesla troops would be nice. Oh, you've only got 2 factions at max. I've got more than that, but I've kind of just given up. I did all the easy ones, and I don't want to do them during a Tuesday faction event since they're already at 500. I don't want to start over, so yeah. So, what is another team you could use? Based upon the colors, you could use Yasmin's Pride. Something like Bultoros, Ketris, Yao Guai. If you don't want to use Yao, you could use 2 Ketris. If you don't have Ketris, you could use 2 Bultoros along with Yasmin's Pride, and you could use Yao down here, or you could use 3 Bultoros. I've done Faction 500 runs with Yasmin's Pride and 3 Bultoros before. It is possible. Let's see. Another one you could probably use is Guard's Avatar. I think that's with... Oh, what is that? I think that's also with Shield of Erskaya. And unfortunately, I don't remember the rest of the team. It's in our Discord somewhere. But there's plenty of good options for yellow-red. But enough about other teams. Let's talk about the weekend. What am I doing for my weekend? Well, I'd originally planned on... Gargoyle is pretty good too. You are not wrong there. I do like Gargoyle. Let's see. The rest of these are indevourable. Oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, I'd planned on going somewhere today. Not for, like, anything fun. What was I going to... Where was I going to go? Oh, yeah, I needed to go to the bank, and then I thought, well, I don't really want to leave the house to go to the bank. I can go next week. Or the week after. Or the week after. Funny how I didn't get my first turn. Yeah, they still haven't fixed that bug yet. Good job, devs. And the only reason I was going to go to the bank is because Monday is Labor Day here in the U.S. And I was also going to stop and get some Taco Bell for lunch today, but I don't know. Too much work. You know, then you got to put on something more than slippers and a white t-shirt. And you got to go out in public even if you don't leave your car. And I'm like, no thank you. I'll just stay home. So I don't think I'm going to leave the house till like next Wednesday, so don't anybody come over and try to break in because I'll be here the whole time. Yikes. I think that kills it by 2. Yes. Wow, I did math in my head. I didn't think that was possible. And this fight, I'll probably start skipping around level, I don't know, 250 or something like that. I'm probably going to do full clears until I hit, I don't know, probably right around 250 to 300. Just to try and get as many free sigils as I can, which I believe I've mentioned many times. It's something around like every 45 rooms you do, you get a Valraven. Something like that. You know, if you want exact stats, you don't come here. You go watch Tacit, because I'm sure he's got all that stuff memorized. I'm just here to play. So yeah, I'm the perfect streamer. I tell people, you know, if you want facts, go watch someone else. Come on, I think that's funny. And I watch Twitch, people on Twitch every now and then. Not Gems of War on Twitch. I watch other games every now and then, and I know quite a few people. And they're like, "Well, why don't you stream on Twitch and you know build a community and have fun?" I'm like, "No thanks. I don't want to be tied into a schedule of having to show up and do streams when I don't want to do them." I kind of like this YouTube streaming because, well, nobody expects me to stream except, about once a month when the new faction comes out. And if I decide to do one other than that, that's a bonus. Oh, you're not wrong. Why work when someone else did the work already? I'm not getting paid for this. Tacit? Hey, he makes money off of this, so you know what? Let him do the work of teaching people. And someone could say, well, Rowdy, how do you know Tacit makes money off of this? Well, he's got a Patreon. I do know he has a Patreon that he takes donations through, and I believe he's monetized through YouTube. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It's just not me because, well, I'm far too lazy for that. And I could take donations if I wanted, but I don't want to do that either because that's also too much work. And also, I might be embarrassed that nobody would ever donate. So we'll just leave it at that. Alright, there's my green. Oops. Might as well get yellow and green. Now, if I ever become homeless, I may hit one of you people that watches my videos up for a place to stay, like in your attic or your basement. But until then, feel free to not worry about it. Red green. Now let's forget his Draculus. He is not immune to Devour. And I'm just gonna hop off this page real quick. I need to check something. Nope. All good. Wait. Wow. It's amazing. I'm sure if anybody's watching out there, I've mentioned in the past that my video card had fried itself quite a long time ago. I finally got a new video card like a week and a half ago. So I'm actually running at 60 frames a second now. I'm not dropping any frames like my old thing, and I've actually upped the whatchamacallit, all the settings to high. I could probably even increase my bitrate now too. But if it looks okay, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just glad I don't drop frames anymore. I know that was a problem because I looked back on some of those and I was like, ugh. It doesn't look that good, but there was nothing I could do about it. But now that is fixed. Oh, I cast the wrong troop. Big deal. Oh, you didn't want to steal the first turn? AI? Now what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh, did I have a sound problem too? I may have. I remember I stopped using my boom arm on my mic for quite a while, just so I could, you know, have a little stand on my desk for the mic, and I don't think it sounded very well or good. Superman does good, I do well. So, I don't know. 2 months ago, I put it back on my boom arm, and I'm using that again. It's just more convenient, and it's easier for when I'm playing other games as well. Oh, I think Torin is. I think you're just saying that I look great and my sound is Great also because I'm a fabulous person. I don't know. I'm just messing. Why do you think I don't have my webcam on? Uh, because I don't look great. That's for sure. Boy, I just feel like I'm getting nowhere. Feels like I've been streaming this for like, I don't know, 2 hours. Take it like you prefer. Well, I'm going to take it as I sound like I'm a handsome, debonair 30-year-old guy, even though I'm not any of those things. I'm quite older, not debonair. And I did not even see what level I'm on. I think this is like 190, 180. So Torin, uh, since nobody else has given me anything else that they would like me to make a video on, do you have any ideas? Because right now I'm kind of just like, meh, I don't know. I could find something if I looked hard enough, but alrighty. Catch you later, man. Have a good one. Enjoy your food. I don't know why I devoured that troop instead of Captain Skullbeard. Not that's. I don't know. Not paying attention. What? Thank you. If you think of something, that's cool. If not, don't worry about it. Don't think too hard on it. Alright, now that we stopped them from spreading their terrible purple on the board that we don't need, continue on. Hey, we head into the murky deep. where we faced the coral golem, the sea troll, the merlion, and the leviathan. Who knows if we'll get out of their cave alive? I do. I do. We will. I kind of miss having my Zool down here where I can insta-kill somebody. I'm tempted to put it in for a couple runs, but I just like the extra turn of the second Iron Gut a little too much right now. I think the last thing I need to work on is I need to buy a new mouse that doesn't make a click sound every time I click it. I don't know if that shows up on the mic or not. If it does, I apologize, but not much I can do about it. We don't happen to have a mouse store, right across the street, so it's usually not on my highest priority list. And also, I think if I switched over to Zool, I would probably end up. I don't want you putting a lot of brown on the board. I would probably end up switching out Fiendfire for Essence of Evil. Because that way you can do a troop below the one you're killing with Zool, and they'll have whatchamacallit, you know the one. Sure. Everybody knows. I know, I just can't remember the name of it. Oh my, that's a lot of yellow. And let's see, how many turns did they get? Did they get one? They may have. Oh, but I'm still only done with 180. Okay. Moving along. I need to check Discord real quick. I may come back for that one. I'm not going to do that this early in the fight. I'm still here. I'm typing. Someone sent me a message. And I'm back. You know what? You don't get to poison my board with a whole bunch of purple. Make sure we kill Valraven. Oh, that's going to be a fun fight too if we get that for Pure Faction 500 team. Yikes. Will you stop putting all your dirty purple on my board? I don't need it and I don't want it. And they're pretty much like, yeah, well, too bad, you're getting it anyways. Now, I think you are immune to Devour. Yes. So, let's curse you. I curse you, Zathanos. Hey, Gimlet Stormbrew. You know, I gotta say, that's about what I look like on a typical Saturday morning. What? I didn't drink last night. Yes, you did. I did? I don't remember. Must have been someone else. Oh, okay. I have not cursed them yet. You've been cursed. Now I can eat you. Ah, if only. As they say on the forums all the time, if Hannibal Lecter could play football and he was very fast and good at it, they'd just say he has an eating disorder. Cannibal? No, he's just got an eating disorder. So you won't find hot takes like that on any other YouTube channel that streams gems, except, I don't know, you might. I think it's just the fact that I've been staring at these same troops over and over again. Now I'm starting to get just a little bit loopy. Oh, somehow that last troop died. Had to be skulls. I wasn't watching. Sure, we can go ahead and do this fight. It'll get us one room closer to our next Valraven. And the chances of this room finding a way to get us killed in this fight or the next fight are very small. It's a nice, yes. I haven't not watched Borat, the movie, in quite a long time. I think I'm due. I've only seen it once, I think, right when it came out. But I remember being very, very funny for how stupid it is. Am I looking for any colors? Sure, we'll go with yellow. I'm sorry, I had to reply to a Discord message that someone sent me. And of course, I was a little bit snarky in there. All in good fun, of course. I don't think I have a mean bone left in my body. Remember, kids, life is too short to be angry. Even though there's probably no kids here because this is not content for kids. Kids don't play Gems of War, I don't think. Or at least not many. Oh, if I'd known that, I would have used Fiendfire. For some reason, I thought you still had more than 100. And you in chat, if there's anyone out there, if I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Now, I didn't say I would share it with you. I just said I would have baked one. But I don't know if anybody's out there watching or not, so if I do make a cake, it's going to have to be just for me. Oh, what do we got? We'll come back for that one. I know I said earlier I wasn't going to worry about doing anything in the correct order, but it only takes a second to switch order on those. Okay, you sure you don't want to take another couple turns, AI? Sure seemed like you did. Two, three, four. Oh, come on. I thought I was done. And the ancient horror decided to spawn. And on we go. You know, by now the AI should know that it can't win. It should just let me skip to, whatever level I want. And say, hey, if you can beat this level, then it's all good and you don't have to do all the intervening ones. But of course that's not going to happen. So we'll just keep plugging along here. Because I've been told before that I am someone who plugs things. I don't know how I meant that, because it really doesn't make much sense. I'm not a professional plugger. Oh, only 4 potions? You sure? And what would a professional plugger plug? That's an interesting question. One I don't have an answer to. Oh, can I go today? Thanks. That would have been the 16.6% chance that that one devoured me if I only could get just a little bit more unlucky. We'll go back and do the Draculus fight. Hello. I did click cast. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And here I'm talking about, oh, I need to get myself a new mouse, blah, 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 blah. If anybody's watching, take a guess what I'm using for a mouse pad. I'm using 4 pieces of college ruled lined white paper as a mouse pad because I don't have a mouse pad anymore. Yeah, I'm one of those people. the sun came out. It's supposed to be cloudy all weekend. It's supposed to rain after noon today. So what is the sun doing here? I could sing a sunshine song. Nobody's watching me anyway, so might be kind of fun. But if somebody were to watch this later, I don't know. I don't want to sing. Okay, I've lost my train of thought. He stole my Lucky Charms. That's why I didn't have any this morning. They were there when I went to bed. Of course, that's a lie too. I didn't ever have any Lucky Charms in my house. You know, probably within the last 5 years. I don't eat cereal. Dead pirate booty. Give me that booty. Yeah, let's see if I get a reply on that Discord message real quick. Yep, that's pretty good. I wish I could show it to you, but that would be it would be wrong to even discuss what we're it's not dirty or anything. It's just more like, you know, an inside joke. Sure, we'll just do this now and get it done with. And I'm kind of thinking right around level 250, I'm just gonna stop doing full clears and just go for throne room. Seeing how it's 5 rooms instead of 3 or 4, I don't have time to continue doing full clears as far as I would like to. If I have to pay a few extra gems, so be it. Ficus, how are you? And King G City, how are you today? You know, and King G City, I know you last month when I was here doing the faction event, you asked me to check out your YouTube channel, and I think you said something about you were working on getting a new mic or something like that. Why not using Zool? You know, I thought about it because they started out with the faction troops having these. Oh, V-Shell. Okay. Yeah, with you not using that other account, sometimes I get confused, and, well, I get confused all the time. So anyways, they originally started with the 4 faction troops all having the possibility of creating skulls, and I'm like, I don't know, Zool seems like it could backfire with them being able to possibly create skulls every turn. So I'm just going to go with this, and, well, they ended up changing that. and they changed the third trait on all those. And I like having the extra turn on the two hiking iron guts, and it with Oracle, it's really easy to fill them both, and it's really safe. So I'm kind of just going with that for now, and I may switch over at some point. If I do, I'll switch out my Fiendfire and go with Essence of Evil. But I'm kind of liking this. Yeah, I know they did change the third trait on that, but I'd already started with this team, so I'm like, well, I'm just going to continue with it. At least for now. Because I like having when they're both full, two Devourers right in a row, and they don't get a turn to do anything. Yeah, I do. I'm just a creature of habit. If I'm given the option, I'm probably going to run an Iron Gut team in front and Zool in back, or something really close to this team every chance I can get. You know how people get in their old age, and I've definitely gotten into my old age to where I don't like switching up my teams very often. So, King, you got a new mic and all that? That's good to hear. Let's see. I could take that and give them a skull, but why be nice? Hey, good luck to you, V-Shell. Good luck on your final exam. And then you're almost free. Not free, just almost. Hey, that's good enough, though. Good luck to you, and enjoy the rest of your day. You know where I'll be. I'll be here playing this. Whether I'm streaming it after lunch or not, I don't know, but I'll be here doing this. Unless, of course, I'm taking my Friday nap, which I might do. Then I won't get to this again until this evening. First run at Pure Faction. Nice. Are you referring to the level 100, or this is going to be your first faction? You're going to do the level 500 Pure Faction team? I don't want to cast that. I need more mana. Yeah, now that they changed the third trait on all these Delve troops, I don't think the level 500 Pure Faction's going to be. Well, it's not going to be as hard, but it's still 5 rooms. And 5 room pure faction runs are not always the easiest to accomplish. Thank goodness for potions. Well, good luck to you when you get to level 500. Unless you've gotten there already. That would be, well, that'd be pretty cool. Ah, pot of gold. I don't know if you can hear the drilling over the microphone. The neighbors are having some, I don't know, home upgrades or something done. So I've been listening to occasional drills and saws for like, I don't know, week and a half now. It's quite wonderful. And you might say, "Well, Rowdy, aren't you rich? You live in a mansion. How could your neighbors be that close to you?" I assure you, I am not rich. I do not live in a mansion. I do not read Dr. Seuss books. I'm too old. So yes, regarding this team, Oracle works just fine. If you're leveling up a class that has Lightstorm, Stormcaller will work even better if you're above level 70 because it has the lightning strike talent. But with Marilith destroying the whole board every time, it's not even a concern to fill up these wonderful iron guts quite easily. Ooh, Goblin Throne Room. I hope I don't get that on level 500 faction. You stole my first turn there. Thank you. Well, to be fair, we're only 5 weeks into this new world event, so you wouldn't expect them to have fixed, that issue within 5 weeks. Nah, why do that? But I'm not complaining. I'm just, stating a fact. Well, that's surprising. The Dark King's Horde. 'Sorry, I have temporarily run out of things to say. My mind has kind of just gone completely blank. So I'm just sitting here playing on autopilot. Maybe I could think of a funny story. Let me try real hard and try and think of a funny story to tell you. And if you smell smoke through your computer, that's just my brain trying to think. So don't worry, everything's fine. 2:30. Okay. So, anyways, it's not a funny story, but it's a true story. So, every now and then it just pops back into my head that I'm lucky that I'm not dead because when I was a young kid, probably 6, 7 years old, I was riding my brother's hand me down bike, and this bike was from probably the 1950s, I want to say. It was old, ugly, rusty, and little did I know when I took it out on our street, which was a hill that went down towards a very busy 4 lane road where the speed limit was 35. And of course, on a 35, even back then, nobody went 35. Little did I know that the brakes didn't work because it was one of those uh, foot pedal brake bikes, but you had to have a little clasp on this thing that would keep the little brake thing held. So I'm going down the hill really fast and racing towards the intersection, slam on the brakes. Well, that thing had rusted off or broken off or something. Or possibly my brother was trying to have me killed. But I doubt that one. Um, Anyways, what happens, the brakes don't work, and the pedals, when you slam them on like that, they start going forward, so you can't even just coast or anything. You're kind of just, your feet get thrown off the pedals. It's quite fun. What am I doing? I can't, these are all indevourable, and I didn't cast Fiend Fire, so whatever. I'm too busy telling a story that no one gives a crap about, except me. So, anyways, somehow, being a little kid, I don't weigh a lot. The bike does, but I put my feet on the ground and start using my shoes to try and stop the bike from going out into the intersection so I don't get killed. And eventually I got the bike stopped, like, I don't know, 5 feet from the intersection. And every now and then I think back on that and I'm like, damn, I could be dead right now. And I wouldn't even know it. So I don't know. King, was that a good enough story? Or do I need something better? It, it's really hard to think of good stories when, you know, you're not paying attention to the game either. Well, and by you, I mean me. I don't even know if I'm on the same level I was when I started that story. I have no idea. And truth be told, I'd rather hear a boring story from a streamer than someone telling me about, oh, I'm going to match blue now. Oh, you see, I have alignment on red brown. I should take that because that's optimal. I'd rather just hear somebody tell me a story that, would put me to sleep or maybe amuse me. Uh, Here's another story that I've got then. Um, and it's another true story. There's nothing too exciting about it. I didn't almost die in this one. Let's see. Well, the first 10 years of my life, I grew up in one house, and then we lived in another house until I moved out and bought the house I live in now, which is thankfully paid off. And I say we, even though I mean me. It's just me and my cat that live here. She doesn't pay rent. She didn't help pay the mortgage either. Um, but the weird thing is, that street that I was talking about, the 4 lane street, I lived, the first 10 years of my life, I lived north of that street. And I live on the same street now that I grew up on. And I bought that house, oh boy, um, 27 years. Well, the house I live in now, I bought 27 years after we moved out of the house I grew up in on the same street, but it's on the other side of that busy intersection. I know that's not very exciting, but how many people end up living on the same street they grew up on in a different house? Not many. See, I am just a very boring person. I don't have a lot of fun stories. Well, I do, but I can't talk about a lot of those because, well, college was it was pretty fun, and there was also lots of personal embarrassment on a lot of those stories. How is Marilith not filled? I have no idea. Pure faction done. First run very easy. Are you talking about level 500 or 100? Because if it was 500, then I'm very happy for you, and I'll be happy when it's my turn. Oh, what would you do with a drunken sailor? Wow, you've already got 500 done? My goodness, you must have started way earlier than I did. Of course, I took like 2 naps because I didn't sleep well last night, so I took 2 naps this morning already. Well, congratulations on Pure Faction 500 being done on the first day. As Wayne June, who did the voice for Darkest Dungeon, would say, impressive. And he would also say, confidence is a slow and insidious, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. So I shouldn't get too confident. I should pay attention to what I'm doing, right? Right. Because these troops have, like, absolutely no way of killing this team. Oh, please tell me I fell asleep a little bit and this was level 240. No, it was only 230 still. Okay, I'm going to go full clears through 250 and then I'm just rushing uh, throne room. That's what they're called. Oh, well, here's a question for you, King. Did you stream your faction run? Or all of them? The faction event, I should say? Alright. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, worst I would have to worry about is my cat coming in here and meowing at me. She's done that a few times while I've streamed, but nobody seems to mind. I did it again. I'm trying to devour somebody before casting Fiendfire. I'm just not paying any attention at all. But it works out just fine. It just takes an extra 20 seconds. Oh, I've got another story I could tell you. And this is. See, when people say, I'm telling a story, You always wonder, is it true or not? This is a true story as well. Um, my garage, I have a detached garage from my house. It wasn't built that way. It just detached itself one day and said, I don't want to live next to that house anymore. And it moved to, I don't know, like 30 feet away from my house. It's still a pretty big garage, so it's 2.5 car garage. Luckily, I only have 2 cars. I don't have 2.5 cars, because then I'd be in trouble. But anyways, um, what was I talking about? Yeah. So I have a side door on my garage that if the power ever goes out, I can still get into the garage and pull the string and just lift the door manually if I need to. Well, the door's pretty old, and there's a little. That's a loud motorcycle. There is a little area down in the bottom corner of the door to where I've had chipmunks that they'll go in the area, and it's between the inner paneling of the outside vinyl siding and the inside wood paneling. Well, this summer, there's a white, it's either a huge, huge white albino mouse or a very small albino white, obviously, if it's an albino, it's a white rat living in there alone. And I'll see it come out about, a couple times a day and go off searching for food. And I have never seen an albino rat or a mouse living out in the wild like this. You usually only see those as pets or in laboratories. So I thought it was pretty interesting. I should get a picture of it and someone can tell me whether it's a mouse or a rat. Because I know they're pretty. If it's a rat, they're very rare out in public. So there's another boring story for you. I'm sure these stories have put everybody to sleep and or made them go watch somebody else, and that's okay. I'm going to check real quick and see if I got a message back on Discord yet. Oh, nope. She's busy. That's fine. Okay, that's battle 6. We're getting there. Oh, okay. That's why that one time I did that. I couldn't devour you. Because somehow Divinia had given you barrier. I was sitting here going, how'd that happen? And I couldn't see it because of the chat overlay. I couldn't tell that it was, whatchamacallit, shielded. So now I don't feel quite so dumb. Um, Sure, we'll be fine doing this fight. It's only a it's only a skull storm. Assuming they even get up, which Beavis and Butthead would say, get it up, dude. Okay, we'll just do it in that order because I can't click. And last fight, one more level of full clears, and then off I go. Only doing 5 rooms instead of 9. And also, I don't know if I like these red X's that they put on the board. Why do they still show through the rooms? That's... Have they done those in other delves? By gosh, I can't remember. I didn't think they did. But my memory's not what it used to be. I just don't remember them being there like that. So, off to another story. This one I'm going to give, if there's anybody out in chat, they can decide whether they want to hear this one or not. I think I've told it before, but it may have been a long, long time ago. And I will let... If nobody answers, I'll just tell the story again. But if somebody says, no, I've heard that story, I'll say, okay, I won't tell it again. It's a story of me thinking about running for mayor of the city that I live in. I'm actually not ever going to, but if I did, I have the perfect way to get elected. So, if nobody comments in chat, I will tell that story. Unless somebody says, no, I've heard it before, then I won't tell it. Oh, you know what? I need to check and see if... Ooh. I have not dropped one frame this entire stream. Man, that feels much, much better. That I've got that video card and no dropped frames. Alright. I am not... Well, nah, I don't want to mess with Cedric. It's not a hard fight, and all it'll do is put 2 hiking iron guts up front, and they don't mana block either of these 2 troops, but it's just a pain in the butt, so not gonna do it. What am I looking for? We'll just do that. Hey, Sushi Ninja, how are you doing? I was just thinking that as well. You hate the transparency of the overlay. It messes with your eyes. Everything messes with my eyes. I haven't had new glasses in like 5 years, and everything is hard. But, anyways, nobody has said, nope, I've heard that story about you wanting to run for mayor, so that means I guess I'll tell that story, and hopefully it doesn't bore anybody to tears. If it does, I apologize in advance. But I mean, come on, these delves are so easy. Nobody wants to hear me talk about the delves. At least I hope not. So, anyways, I'll start the story off like this. Back when I used to work, I don't work anymore. Uh, we had a graphics program, and I was messing around with it one day, and I thought, well, I think this would be funny to make a sign like this. And everybody has seen the yard signs during political season. So I thought, well, I'm going to tell all the guys that I work with that I'm going to run for mayor after I retire. And I started thinking, I'm like, yeah, but I don't have any special governing skills or anything useful like that. So the only way I'm ever going to get elected governor is through some sort of hoax. Not hoax. That's not the right word to use. Um, by being creative. So I thought about it for a while, and I thought, well, here's what I'm going to do. If I ever decide to run for mayor, I'm going to have my name legally changed to like Michael Crawford Cheese, but I'm only going to go by my initials, MC Cheese. And so I've made up a yard sign that says, vote for mayor, MC Cheese. So basically, it's saying vote for Mayor McCheese. You know, most people know who McDonald's is and who Mayor McCheese is. And I thought, well, that's just dumb enough to work. We know I'm in the U.S. and most voters are pretty. They don't know what most politicians probably stand for, especially if you would run as, say, an independent, which that's probably what I would have to do. And so you get to the ballot and it says, well, would you like to vote for blah, 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 or would you like to vote for Mayor McCheese? And that's where I think I could get a lot of the less savvy electorate to vote for me is by running on a false name recognition. But, anyways, that's my story. I hope you had as much fun listening to it as I did thinking about how I was going to do it someday. And if I ever do decide to run for mayor, I give you my word that that's what I'll do. Because you know Mayor McCheese would not lie to you. And now everybody's just rolling their eyes going, why does he even stream gems if he's not going to talk about gems? Because I'm not even looking at what I'm doing, that's why. I can't describe something I'm not paying attention to. I've just got all these thoughts going around in my head like a hamster on a wheel. Yeah, I really don't like those red X's underneath there. Okay, I'm gonna just start bum rushing the throne room now. I'll see if I can think up some more dumb stories. And yes, every story I've told you is true. Yeah, this Double King Iron Gut team, I mean, usually it's close to 2 or 3 turns and everything's just dead unless you have to curse a troop with your hero weapon. Let's see, I would like some green red, but I don't see it. So let me think if I can come up with something else to talk about. Let's see. You are the only troop that I cannot devour. Well, you were. Nope, I can't tell that story. I've already told that one. That was an old wrestling story. But I've told that one quite a few times, so I'm going to go ahead and not tell that one again. Boy, I got more wrestling stories. But those are all back from the 80s and 90s. I'll think of something. Don't worry. It may take me a few minutes. But in the meantime, I was going to say we could listen to me hum for a while, but no, we don't want to do that either. Well, let's see if we can get to level 300 so I can get the Pure Faction 300 done before it's the old man's lunchtime. And by old man, I'm referring to me. Because I would like to get that out of the way. Not the lunch, the Pure Faction 300. Even though I would like to get the lunch out of the way as well. I'm quite hungry. And water only does so much to fill me up. So I need 270, 80, 90. I think we'll be fine. And I still have 17 sigils. If everything goes well, I'm thinking with Val Ravens and whatnot, I should be able to get to approximately, pardon me, I would think around 470, 480 today before I run out of sigils. I don't know if I'm streaming after lunch or not. I might not. I mean, at this point, we can all look at this team and go, I don't think he's going to have much problem beating level 500 with this team. Let me check and see if I have any Discord messages real quick. I do not. Still have dropped 0 frames. Man, I like this new video card. I'm surprised I found it. Don't ask me why I took that red match when Marilith was already full. I do not know. Just. It's just me. It's one of those things I do. Let's see. Treasures, yes. You wouldn't dare devour one of my troops. I would like some red or green. Oh, I'm talking about the game a little bit. Can't do that. I need to think of another story to tell if there's anybody watching. Okay, well, I've got another story I could tell you. And about all I can say is I throw myself on the mercy of being a stupid teenager. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was. Well, nobody was anything in it other than me and my friends. Just kids being stupid kids. So this was back in, I want to say, 1983. Maybe 82. I'm not quite sure. And yes, I still have what's referred to in the story. But we had a pretty huge mall. Not too far away. Probably 5 miles from where I lived and where my best friends lived. And, well, being the 80s, they had things called t-shirt stores where you could go in and you would buy a blank t-shirt of whatever color and they had all these iron-on decals and things like that. I know, crazy, huh? So, me and my two friends decided we were going to go buy shirts. We didn't know what we were going to get, so we're looking around, and because we all wanted to get the same shirt and wear them to school. Yeah, that's the thing teenagers do. But we couldn't find anything we all agreed on, and seeing how hard headed we all were at the time, nobody wanted to break down and say, okay, I'll get what you want. So we all like, okay, if that's how it's going to be, then I don't remember who thought of the idea. We all, because you could basically get these shirts and they would specially iron on the letters for you so you could spell anything you wanted on your shirt. And so, since we were all too hard headed, we all decided, okay, we're all going to get shirts that say I am stupid on them. And remember, this is back in the 80s. And yep, we all wore them to school multiple times. And we'd walk down the halls, side by side, all three of us, wearing a shirt that says I am stupid. I can't think of a more 80s thing than that. And I still have my shirt to this day. It's in my drawer right next to me. Yeah, needless to say, it doesn't fit anymore. It's a medium, if that gives you any idea. That I can't fit into a medium anymore. Of course, I think they made mediums a lot smaller than they make mediums nowadays. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself. It's not that I got heavier. Oh no, I just got more muscular. Way more muscular. Like a bodybuilder type. Yeah, no stomach at all. So anyways, that's what I got for you. Not overly funny, but better than talking about this really exciting faction. And I gotta say, when nobody's typing in chat and you don't want to talk about the game, sometimes you gotta go kind of far outfield there to think of stuff to fill dead air with. And that's how I have chosen to do it, is with, uh, albeit possibly very bad stories, but if anybody wants me to talk about the game, comment or ask a question or just say, hi Rowdy, how you doing? But other than that, I'm just gonna keep, blabbing. I think this might be part of the reason why I only stream once a month. Because I get too bored talking about the game, and then I end up having to tell stories, and sometimes it's hard to figure out a good story to tell. Like, I think that last one was a bummer. I give it like 1 star out of 5. Now, the one I almost died on the bike in, that's probably like a 4 out of 5 story. 4 out of 5 stars story. Is that CL1 P Bomb 1361? Hello, Rowdy and everyone. How you doing? Can I just call you CL, or let me know what you would like to have me call you besides late for lunch? I'm just kind of in here telling really, really bad personal stories and paying no attention whatsoever. But it's nice that you stopped in and said hello. I do appreciate that. I always like when people say hi. Well, I'll call you Chad then. I'll have to remember that. So I think I've gone through, I don't know, 4 or 5 stories this morning. All of them true. And see, I'm not a good joke teller or anything like that. In fact, I don't normally talk very much. This is about the only time you can get me talking much is during a faction stream. One more level, and then we'll do Pure Faction 300. Oh, and this, which one is it? This troop, not that one. Horned Worm, where if the enemy dies, create 10 skulls on the board. Probably not the best idea to put that in a Pure Faction team. I feel it could probably blow up on you. Probably worse than any damage you're going to do to the enemy. Just a thought. A very rare thought. Sure, that's easy gold. So I just want everyone to be aware. I gave up Taco Bell lunch to continue streaming for y'all. I know, I know. Someone's going to say, you must be crazy to give up a Taco Bell lunch for that. I don't need Taco Bell. I want it. I haven't had it in like, I don't know, month and a half. Okay, I lost count at like, I think 12 turns in a row that they got. I think it was more like 4, but it felt like 12. So if anybody's out there watching and they're doing Dove Weekend, uh, curious what team you're using for just doing the regular delve here. Early on in the stream, I gave some ideas on teams to use if you don't have 2 Iron Guts and whatnot. That's an easy fight. And yes, I was well aware I was giving them a skull. I knew I had barrier to start. And if I'd taken that one, they would have had another skull anyways, so I thought, meh, I'll get mana instead. Ooh, pardon me. Had a little yawn there. So, get this fight done, then we'll get Pure Faction 300 done. Should be done on the first try. I see no reason why it wouldn't be. And I have a pretty good idea what team I'm going to use. Okay. Ooh, I want to see what choices we have first. Not gonna do that one. Of course, there's a level 5 fight in there. And of course, they put Goblin King in the back who can summon other troops. 2 level 5 fights and a level 3 with Captain Skullbeard. Nah, we'll be fine. And Wyrmrun. I haven't decided if I want to go with 2 Terra Worms and 2 Great Worms or 1 and 3. Because this is nice because it gains attack and armor and does explode gems. 50% skull reduction. Definitely the one we want in the front. But do we want 2 in case 1 dies? I don't think we do. Only for the fact that these other 3 do have 30% skull reduction. And those 2 I'm not even gonna consider. They're junk, in my opinion, but what do I know? Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I'm gonna try it with 3 Great Worms. And we need a new banner. I think we'll go with the yellow-red banner that came with this one. Or we can just use this. This is fine too. Double yellow and single red. We lose green, but there's no green, so. Alrighty. And what's nice is we have 50% mana start since they changed the 3rd trait from the creating 2 skulls because it was bugged to Dragon Slayer trait. And as you can see, once you put this in a team, gain 92 attack and armor. That's pretty nice. Oh no, I hope I can find a way to do that final 6 damage. Don't take green. You don't have any green. You need yellow, red, brown. So, do I want to do Thieves' Hideout where you have 3? There you go. 3 Finesse and Nimbus Bow. I hadn't even thought of that, Wayne, but that's a good idea. Thank you for throwing that out there. I think I gave 3 or 4 teams way early in my stream, and I always forget about the Finesse team. Alright, I do like how they get first turn, even though, you know, they'll fix that someday. There, I get a 4 match. Now we'll have to see how this goblin fight goes. Goblin King in the back does not make me happy, but I think we'll be alright. Oops, I missed that 4 match on brown. I think I'll be alright. Okay. I would like to get you filled up before I cast those 2, so I can guarantee that you're dead. How dare they? Yeah, I don't see anybody having problems with Pure Faction 300. Should not be too difficult. Well, as long as you're buying potions, which you pretty much have to do to finish the weekend event anyways. I actually have to laugh. He's making a lot of noise, but he's not really doing anything because he just ends up exploding them. Alright, throne room. And let me see here. Yeah, theirs only does 82 damage. Mine does 100, and I've got 3 of them, so should not be a problem. I thought I saw 4 of a kind. I was wrong. Excuse me? Excuse me. Now, you all saw that. My skull missed because it said agile. You show me where it says that Terraworm has the agile trait. Oh, delve traits. Ah, okay. That was from a previous room. My bad. I'm sorry. I forget that each room gives you this stuff as well. I'm sitting here going, who to what? How'd that happen? Now I know. Thanks for the free skull. Oh, this is making my eyes hurt trying to find something to match. Oh, I was really hoping for some lucky skulls there. Oh, thank you. That took a little longer than I would have liked. 500 shouldn't be too bad, though. It's just going to take quite a while, and I think that I will end up... I'm kind of thinking level 500 pure faction. I'm going to use 2 of the 50% skull reduction troops. Just a guess. So anyways, I've got 13 sigils left. On that, I probably am guessing I'm going to get 2 more Val Ravens. So I think I can end the day somewhere around 470 to 490. Right now I'm going to go have some lunch. I've been streaming for, I don't know, like 2.5 hours. I may or may not be back this afternoon. I mean, it does get a little bit samey, so I'm not sure. But anyways, anybody that did stop by and said hi in chat, let's see, King, Vishal, Sushi, Chad, Wayne. I do appreciate everybody who did stop by. If I missed somebody farther up in the chat log that was here and was talking, I apologize, but thanks for stopping by, and we'll see. Might be back this